Hello everyone, you are back here and welcome back to an educational stream. The calmingness of the planets, the universe. There's that one object that's like being shot out the solar system. Is it making orbit with the sun? Okay. Possibly. A new update dropped recently. It's like terraforming the planets of some sort of extent or something. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's an update and yeah, there we go. Make sure I get chat open here. There we go. The calmness of the waves. So, today, let's talk about how stars form real quick. Let's get a new empty simulation. So, the way stars form is, like, especially after possibly a supernova where a massive star, about 10 times the mass of our sun, explode because as it gets older, the cores, like the hydrogen fuses the helium, and the helium, like because of how massive the star is and how compact it is by gravity, the core starts to get compressed, and that's my voice from my phone. That makes a bit more sense. So as uh, the gases coalesce in these nebula, it starts to form a gas planet, which is why we're using Jupiter. Jupiter is it has a tiny bit of silicate, but as soon as it reaches a point, like that silicate is even more massive than the entire, like 6 times more massive than the planet Earth. Like, it's still a lot of stuff, but what makes Jupiter so special is it's made up of mostly the same stuff as our sun. Same thing with Saturn. And if you look around at other star systems, like you sometimes see binary planets or binary stars. For example, like the closest star system to us is Proxima Centauri, which will be somewhere. If here's well, the closest star is Proxima Centauri, which is like 4 light years away, which will take us even at the fastest we can go. This is a bit further out, but they're red dwarfs. Well, red dwarf is now. I know it doesn't look red; it looks white because it's the infrared that gives it. It's more of the infrared spectrum. It gives off all light spectrums. Every spectrum of light ever it gives off. But what red dwarfs do is they give off. Well, if you get close enough, it surface locks you. Now, that's actually pretty neat. I actually like that a bit. Okay, so you don't see the rotation. That's actually pretty cool, and I want to disable it real quick. There we go. So as hydrogen comes together, it okay. Let's get a graph of the mass, radius, and density. This way, let's make it. I don't know, 0. Let's make it whatever that is. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. So as more hydrogen comes into the planet, it the planet actually like shrinks because the inside now of course the simulation is going to be all weirdified, but the density increases as the planet either shrinks or stays the same size. And I don't know what is that radius doing. If you look over here, it's well, there's like fraction, like a tiny fraction. But as this stuff comes together, this is happening over millions of years, mind you. It is. How do I speed up the clock again? This is happening over long expanses of time, and because I have the simulation sped up, particles sped up, and we're gonna have a 0 degree spread. Let's turn this down back to like that. Now this is happening at a faster pace because of simulation speed, but you have to, but like I said, this is happening over millions of years, and it only gets faster. Let's make it just like 1 Earth, because I kind of want to speed this up. Now Jupiter's mass is going to skyrocket. The radius won't go up as much. The density will go up because as the more dense this object is, the core starts to forcefully fuse atoms together. Hydrogen atoms. That's why we're pumping hydrogen into this thing. But now we have reached the maximum we already reached the maximum radius apparently, and now the radius is going down in favor of fusion. But as fusion in the core of Jupiter starts to go up, it's already starting to happen more than likely. I don't know what the mass is, like get about 30 Jupiters, but fusion in Jupiter's core at this stage probably has already started. But it's not enough to sustain itself for a long time. It will fizzle out quickly. My game is running at 20 frames a second. That was very weird. As we continue, I'll figure out the keybinds one of these days. Oh, it's just plus or minus on the number pad. But let's have this even out. And it's not going to totally even out as the density does its own thing. But we have reached a mass where Jupiter is starting to glow a bit. It has now reached a stage in its life as we continue to pump hydrogen into it called a brown dwarf planet. And I don't know if Jupiter already is one, but it's starting to glow a bit. You would already consider it as a star since it's starting to glow, but the insides of it are getting the mass of it is getting so compressed. Like the hydrogen in its core is getting so compressed down that it's starting to fuse the hydrogen together into helium, causing a lot of energy to be released. And now this still has a bit of silicate in it. As soon as this turns into a star, I believe that silicate is instantly going to go away. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to let the music speak for itself here. We're not going to add in our own music. Hello, what's up, exploding dust rags? um, we're learning about star formation right now. We're at a point of pumping hydrogen into Jupiter that the hydrogen and its core is starting to fuse together. We're at the brown dwarf stage, where it is not a planet, but yet not quite a red dwarf star. But as we continue to pump more hydrogen, more and more, it starts to glow more. And the radius continues to shrink because all the mass is forcing it downward. As soon as it turns into a star, the radius should expand again. Because all the star is a delicate act between gravity and radiation. Fusion radiation. Actually do think so that I do. Well, I need to see something real quick. If I can I already have it. So here's some fun tips for you. Paul C. Shellshockers clan. As in like RG. Okay, now we have reached stardom, and as you can see, the radius jumped from about zero point 0.8 Jupiters straight up to 1.2. Now the density will start to shrink as the radiation is propelling this object more massive. And this is, yeah, we're trying to cause so much rebellion and instability. Wasn't too hard though. Solid liquid level. This is actually false, as these two are false. As whenever a planet transitions to star, as the brown dwarf goes into the stardom, the hydrogen starts to become a plasma. And what plasma is basically separation between the, the nucleus of an atom and electrons, where the nucleus is going so fast, and that's what causes fusion. Every single atom at that point is positively charged. There's no negativity whatsoever. Now, if we pause the simulation and we take our own sun and compare this to Jupiter, we can see our sun is much more massive. Now, let's actually put it. Oh, and this is also adding all the planets. So the sun is so tiny. I don't want the planets with it, please. There we go. Like, the sun is so massive compared to it. Now we're gonna put them far away, but we're gonna add. Oh, sorry about that. We are going to add the habitable zone. Now, Jupiter's habitable zone is actually quite interesting. So if we take the Earth, for example, blank planet Earth. See, it's only. So with the plasma, it also combines like heat, because at the faster the atom moves, the hotter the object is. So the atom movement is directly correlated with plasma. And because inside of a star, it's so dense that that's how stars are ignited. To be brightened, because they're so dense, the hydrogen starts to fuse, and that's what causes everything to move around so fast. That's also why they have such a massive magnetic field. So, for example, if we were to place this Earth the same distance away from Jupiter as we are from the Sun, which is 1 AU. Now, I can't directly make our orbit like Earth's, because our orbit is an ellipse where it's not perfectly circular. And it comes down to four factors: the gravitational pull of the Sun, biggest factor, our own moon, and Jupiter, as well as Saturn to an extent. That's how much control those two planets have over our orbit. Now, of course, not as much as the moon and the sun, but if we were this far away, it would be minus 77.5 degrees, which to those who use Fahrenheit is minus 108, and to those who some reason use Kelvin when looking at planet temperature, it's 196. 77.5 degrees is what I used. Minus. Which Earth would freeze to death. Now, we'd still get warmth, we'd still get sunlight, but because of the temperatures, life is not possible. Unless if it's an extremophile or really deep in the ocean. Now, if I can try to find it, I can find a life probability. So it says a 0% life likelihood. I say differently because the volcano's underwater. I say life is probable on this planet still. Because, it looks like a penis. Because when you're that deep in the ocean, like, only single-celled organisms, maybe small multicellular organisms are possible, but only can be at the bottom of the ocean. And the magnetosphere is now much, much more powerful to protect us from Jupiter's deadly radiation. Now, the sun is over there, but the sun is also like 3 light years away. I purposely did that so Jupiter's and sun orbit would mesh. A magnetic axis is the same as our polar axis here, so that's That's nice. But even though it says 0%, I think I would give it around 1%. And it also counts in surface temperature, which, like, when you're also like kilometers in the ocean and there's lava vents everywhere, that's like how Hawaii was made. Hawaii is here, and there's like, if you look at a surface map without the water, you can actually see like a whole chain of islands going to the Altu Islands up near Alaska in Russia. And that's due to the tectonic plate, the Pacific plate moving that way, and like the volcanoes underneath Hawaii, which is forming a new island right now, by the way. It is still kilometers under the ocean, but within, I think it was 50,000, it's 50,000 or 500,000 years, that island will surface. A new island is made. Now, Jupiter. Now if we were to take Earth and delete it real quick, and we were to place another Earth in the habitable zone of Jupiter, let's put it at 0.0469. Let's say, so it'd be 7 degrees, well, 8 degrees, and the main issue that we're starting to have is yeah, I changed it back to fuck. I'll change it to yeet again. I feel like yeet is much better. I need to do this as well. Because my bot neglects to do this. But, yeah, I know, right? But, Earth experiences another problem, even orbiting here. Because of how close Earth is to its host star, which is Jupiter, life likelihood is right now 97.1, which I say is wrong again, and it's lower. Because of how close Earth is, it will take. Let's actually look at the statistics on its orbital. It's going 37.9 kilometers a second, and its orbital period is 10.4 days. Its orbit is faster than its rotation, kind of like how Venus is today. And that's a problem. Because Jupiter, over time, due to tidal forces, can tidally lock Earth and force one side of it to face Jupiter forever. So if we were to make, so eventually, this will happen. Oh, that's hours. Whoops, I did not realize. So after many, many, many years, as in like millions of years, even after the birth of the planet, this will happen where, well, even possibly during the birth of the planet, where Earth will always have one side facing Jupiter. And there's no way around it. You can't do anything about this. Which does also. Where was that? Parent? No, composition. It does hamper life likelihood. Now, there's still a possibility of life, especially since the surface temperature is just going to get more extreme here, since it's always bombarded by radiation. But because of the cooler nature of Jupiter, it's actually very probable for life to just exist. Because it's actually very comfortable in some of these areas. Now, it's more chilly side. Like, if we go in some parts of Brazil and even Uruguay, it's like freezing over here. Parts of the United States, 4 degrees in Florida. Up, up here in Canada, it looks like an average Tuesday. What kind of life? Human? Um, Not human life. That's more of intelligent life. More like um, single cells organisms, maybe even plants. Dumb animals, yeah. Okay, I need to do something real quick because that's getting on my nerves here. Can I just not? What is this? There we go. There we go. That's much better. It and anytime that you would say like dumb and fuck like that, it would just be annoying me. But back to probability of life. The tidal forces is what's gonna really make life struggle. Now, like I was saying, it's like even 4 degrees, 3 degrees, -2 degrees in the Sahara Desert. And aside in the Arabian Desert, it's like 4 degrees. Let's try to find a warmer place. Like the hottest place is, of course, going to be the ocean, since it can take changes in temperature much faster. That's how hurricanes are able to form and stuff like that. What was that minus that I saw? 64? Now, of course, in Greenland and Antarctica, it's like very, very cold. Now, if we were to go over to the sun, let's transfer over to the sun. Now, this is why Venus has. Actually, let's add the moon to Earth. We need to do that real quick. Oops, sorry again. So let's add our own moon to Earth. And it already strays away from us. Hmm. Why is that? I think I already know my answer for why it happened. And it's considered a planet too, which is very easy to do around Jupiter. I think I know the exact reason why the moon left Earth's orbit. It was due to the fact that the proximity between Earth and Jupiter. That's like the only reason I can formulate, to be honest. Okay, let's go to the sun and let's actually go back to our solar system real quick. That's new empty simulation. Whoops. So we open existing simulation. Hmm. This is Earth at many different temperatures. So Earth at 1,000,000 degrees. So alright, so what it says here is 1,000,000 degrees Celsius, the temperature of the sun's corona. Uh, corona. Heat the Earth to the center and it will vaporize completely, leaving only a rapidly cooling and expanding cloud of escaping gas and plasma as the radiation pressure far outweighs the force of Earth's gravity. So basically what's happening is Earth is dying instantly. Like, it's gone already. Due to how weak of due to the tiny mass of Earth to be able to sustain something at that temperature, like, I think it can survive 20,000 degrees. Nope. 20,000 degrees is nearly temperature at the center of Jupiter. vaporize completely away as well. So that's the center of Jupiter. Even in its current state, mind you. So it's already hot. Uh, Eta Carinae, a blue hypergiant star, one of the hottest known stars in. Well, Earth didn't vaporize completely. It's still vaporizing, but Earth didn't vaporize completely. That's interesting. What's 100K like? Top of the sun's chromosphere, layer below the corona. Keep the Earth's temperature and vaporize completely. Earth in 8 series. Black hole and sun. So in this simulation, sun orbits a black hole that's 10 times more massive than itself. Sun's orbit is very eccentric, which takes it within the black hole's Roche limit. At this point, tidal forces in the sun become strong enough to rip apart some of the material that is being sun to the orbit of the black hole, while the rest of it is thrown into outer space. This is the entire system. Black hole in the sun's eccentric orbit would fit inside the. So this entire system will fit inside the orbit of Mercury in our own solar system. So the way the Roche limit works is when it takes into account both the mass and the density of the planets, as well as the distance of the objects, and as well as the distances between them. And when you have a more dense and massive object, its limit to where it just rips things to shreds is like expanded outward. If we would go into a new and click the link, whoops. We're going to new simulation. Let's get a testing dummy. I believe Jupiter's Roche limit is around here. So Jupiter's Roche limit is due to how massive Jupiter is, although Earth is peace. It tore Earth to shreds, but due to how much smaller Earth got, it was able to escape. Why is surface lock on? I turned it off, didn't I? Yeah. It was able to escape the Roche limit here, which was perfect for it, but it now has an eternity of damnation. New and empty simulation. Open another existing one instead. Let's see. So this is going to be a supernova in real time. So Sun will never experience a supernova. It cannot. Due to its low mass, it will eventually evolve into red giant and then white dwarf. However, in this simulation, supernovas trigger and Sun sitting expanding gas in real time, simulation speed of 1 second per second. So the reason. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. So let's. Um. Hmm. Choreographs. What is this? Okay, that is epic. Oh, that is awesome. Chaotic orbits. Let's look at some chaotic orbits. So, what is this? This is the sun. This is a planet called A. It looks to be some sort of gas ball thing. Let's look at the composition. It's 100% made of gas. What in the world? I did not press a single thing. That just did that on its own. Stress test. Great in VR. I need a VR setup here. Collapsing momentum test. So, what is this test about? Okay, all of them are labeled Mars. This one's gonna win here. Oh, it just got Earth smashed. Yeah, I have no choice but to. Let's follow on this Mars. Let's see what it's doing. What's the orbits looking like? One is destined to be shot out from this entire system. Yeah, a couple of them are. One is at least low mass enough. Speed up the simulation and let's turn that off. Let's even have trails off. That's weird. There we go. This one's not going to really work that well though. It's just going to happen the same way the other one happened. Why are you not auto? Yeah, it only happen like the orbits only work once, and then it just breaks down. What is this cluster thing's doing? Hands of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones style. Solar system, non-moons. What? Alright, so what is this? This simulation includes all the known objects larger than 200 kilometers in radius, not including moons. Alright, let's look at Sedna. Sedna is the furthest away dwarf planet in the entire solar system. And it's dark too. Okay, surface lock, stop. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I got an overview on nothing. Jesus, the orbits. I didn't change it? Oh, heck yeah. I feel like this actually looks really good. Let's look through. I didn't realize you can change the background. Can I import my own? Just get my face splattered into it? Let's see. So the way this asteroid is named is it has a year, and then I guess they just spam different letters. I don't know why. Like you see a lot of years and stuff because there's no way you can possibly name everything with one exact name. Now, this is an interesting thing. There are very few named objects in the asteroid belt. There's the largest being Ceres, there's Vesta, Pallas, and Aegea, which are all being affected, of course, by this planet. The king of the solar system, even though this king as well has a bit more moons. What is this one? Didn't really. Celestia. You can see how dimly lit it is. Okay, we need to change this background. This is actually a bit more distracting than I expected. Where did I find it? Background. I think this was the background we were using. If it wasn't, at least it looks. I get it. Purple's my whole thing, anything like that. Ixion. Ixion looks like it's made of iron, pretty much. Nope, mostly silicate. Still very much iron as well. There can be city lights on here. What's actually the likelihood of life? Yeah, 0%. So as the simulation progresses, we get to see all the objects take form. But let's talk about the death of a star. I think I have. Let's just throw random things into this thing. This simulation makes my computer just lag. Like 20 frames a second? Yeah, that's very fair. Let's see. I don't know how low I'm sitting. I never actually thought that. So let's see, what shall we throw into this? Let's throw another sun. Let's actually throw Alpha Centauri. Like, have an orbit. Or Regulus. Yeah, let's just launch Regulus. Sure, we're a bit away. There's Regulus. It's actually destined to miss. Well, let's just have it explode in a supernova. So, how well can this thing handle a supernova? Now, each planet is the mass of the sun, and things like that. Are these the trails? What is this? I'm confused on what these lines are. What is happening with this game? Did I break it? If I tried increasing the time, I'm just waiting for it to crash. It looks very beautiful. Okay. It's just a disco show. God damn it. Alright, let's mess with the Milky Way galaxy. Our home galaxy. Also known as Silver River, Bird's Bath, Winter Street, and countless other names. Home of our own solar system. Which, I have to ask. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like, if you look at it from top down, I mean, this could be top down. I mean, if you look at it from top down in game, like, why do galaxies orbit the way they orbit? Like, all the stars and stuff. Why? So, that's actually a very curious thing. I just now realized. Why do things orbit retrograde? Hmm, that's actually a good thing that I should look into. Let's just throw galaxies at this galaxy. Like, that's basically what you want. Like, Andromeda orbits the same exact way our galaxy orbits. Now, this is going to take millions of years. This entire process here. Now, of course, some of it's going to orbit prograde to the black hole. The simulation's lagging a small bit. Okay, what just happened? I mean, Milky Way won, but it's not a galaxy anymore. I don't. I wouldn't call. Yeah, that's just a black hole. Okay. Hmm. Solar system with Betelgeuse instead of the sun. So, nothing good for the solar system. It's just gonna get absolutely destroyed. Nothing's gonna be able to orbit this. I think Sedna actually might. Hold on, Sedna might have a stable orbit ahead of it. So what happens here is that since Betelgeuse is so, oh yeah, you can see impact points on Betelgeuse. Since Betelgeuse is so much more massive, both in mass and size, not so much really in mass. It's oh, Pluto gets to live. That means every other object further out than Pluto gets to live. This planet is actually, well, this asteroid, and we can call them planets at this point. They're like the only things orbiting it. You're having a disco. Hold on, this thing is having like a disco freak out or something. What are you orbiting? Oh, it's just that. And then, see, this is what I hate about surface lock. Can I just have it off permanently? Is there a way to do that? What happens if we try increasing the mass just a bit? Ooh, if we increase the mass, the radius goes down. Ooh, it's no longer bright. It no longer functions like sun. Like star, actually. I don't even know if that's even possible. How is this thing not a black hole yet? There we go. Finally turned into one. Wow, what's that in light speed? Let, let's just make you that amount light speed. And it's gone. If I sped this thing up to like, I don't know, 1 and just hold down the 0 button. And it's gone. Let's launch another solar system at the solar system. Like plants and everything. We are able to do that. So let's actually just have it stilt. This has all the moons and everything too, doesn't it? Oh my god, it does. So, disclaimer, my game is about to run at 1 FPS at this point. Just as quick little disclaimer for all of you that are looking for more perfect like running things. This is gonna lag a lot. I'm gonna speed this thing way up. Max it can run like a days a second, so yeah, this is alright. So I messed this one up. We delete everything. We've just put one. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're a spider thing. I don't want to mess with. Oh, perfect. It's gone now. I don't know where it went. Oh, I'm gonna be freaked out later. Spiders. Most evil creatures in this world. We actually just launch you. Launch it there. So, the sun's trajectory is toward the other sun. Now we just sit here and just wait at this point. So, let's look at it from Earth's point of view. Our own planet. Now, I would go into surface view, but epilepsy warning, and I don't feel like being responsible for someone going into seizure. This is actually taking a lot longer than I expected. I put it so much higher than I thought. Okay. Trichius deletus. Trichius deletus. Perfect. Simulates you can't run faster. Yeah, I wonder why. So if we don't have planets come along with the sun, we launch the sun from, say, here, and let's do add planets to star. Let's add our planets to the sun. There we go. Thing runs faster. Okay. Yeah, I knew the plants are gonna slow us down. So as this sun gets closer, Pluto is gonna be the first to start getting affected, since it's much closer to the. We're actually just gonna call it sun too. Since actually we're just gonna call it Yeet, since it's much closer. Since it's much closer to Yeet than the sun, it's still first to get affected, as you can see with its orbit actually gets shifted a lot, and this is happening 2 years a second. So if we slow it down to even just like half a year a second, like Earth, the NASA scientists are already saying we're doomed and Earth is missing. Alright, we're missing an Earth. Okay, so the scientists on this Earth, let's just say that this was the home thing, are just saying, um, like they're saying we're screwed. Now, let's focus center on Yeet. This way we're not rotating. Now these planets start to get affected. As you can see, Neptune's starting. Neptune is starting to get pulled a bit more. And Pluto might actually escape orbit. I think all of them might, since they're going to crash straight into the sun. Since Yeet and Sun is just going to crash into each other. It's a sad reality. But Neptune, still orbiting the sun. Can I see where... Is it closer to... So, its strongest attractor is Yeet. It's more attracted to Yeet than the sun. What about Pluto? Pluto's more attracted to the sun. Uranus, sun, which is... Yeah, the sun, and let's look at Neptune here. Yeet only. Uranus, the Uranus from Yeet. Yeah. What about Uranus down here? So Pluto's getting affected. I have to scroll down a bit, don't I? Yeah. Pluto's getting more affected by the sun. Uranus is getting more affected by... Okay, it's still the sun. But Neptune from the sun? If we look at its orbit, I mean, it looks like it's orbiting, but its attraction is this way. It's more attracted to Yeet than the sun, which is an interesting scenario. As these two get closer, other planets and whatnot, like Pluto's orbit starts to go crazy, but that's still compared to Yeet. The planets start to look like they're escaping orbit, and the stars pass each other, and everything's screwed. Nothing is orbiting anymore. It's all going off into a straight line. So objects merely passing each other cause that to happen. Now, let's get that vacuum of space real quick. Let's get a black hole, 10 million solar masses, but instead of 10 billion, we're just gonna 1, 2. Here we go. Yep, that happened. Okay, let's see. So what is this simulation about? Jupiter's new moons. Largest planet solar system, most moons. 79 total moons. So I highlighted 12. One of these called Velutudo, particular interesting orbit. Ooh, where's Valetibo or whatever it's called? So the way Jupiter's moons operate is that where is Valetibo? It probably there it is. So Valetibo is going it's the opposite way of the moons around it. So one day it's just gonna smash in. Vun FYI. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Thank you. Jupiter is still the most beautiful part about the solar system. Uh, yeah. Let's just look at the just planets. So if we go into Earth and we get off of surface lock, because that is getting real annoying. Um, let's actually have Earth and the Moon on a collision course. Let's go into a new empty simulation. Let's have, actually, I think that is an existing simulation. Hold on. So the way this is going to work is that the Earth and the Moon typically, like, it's not going to happen ever. The Earth and the Moon can never collide unless if some extreme thing happens, due to the pure fact that of how far away the Moon orbits Earth. But in here, the surface lock is getting on my nerves again. But in here, the Earth and the Moon are colliding. Now, the Moon is, I believe, 1/6 the diameter. No, it's 1/5. 1/6. I don't know. The Moon is still 0.27 diameter. So, it's going to cause tremendous impacts. Yeah, that has shifted to different colors, and as you can see, Earth is starting to glow. Now, of course, around this impact crater, if we look here, it's getting to the tune of 60,000 degrees Celsius. It is insane how hot the impact crater is. Now, once the core has progressed through, once the moon is like progressed through the center into Earth, it cools off instantly. Now, what the moon is doing is it's pretty much melting its way into Earth. This is all just lava and plasma. It's all just death. Now, now there will be pretty much an 11 or even 12.0 magnitude earthquake, equivalent earthquake, throughout the entire world. The most destructive thing ever. And life on Earth will be completely wiped out except for any life in deep sea ocean, like near the Mariana Trench over here. It's all dead. Like, everything on the surface is gonna die, and there's no stopping it. A collision this large even has the potential to rip Earth to shreds. Now, as this lava thing continues outwards, all these fragments are shot out, like, away from Earth at first, but due to Earth's gravity, they will either orbit or collide into it, which we're already starting to see with 3,000 degree collisions all around. This one got to about 10,000, but starting to warm up due to coming close proximity. Down here on the South Pole, there's some collisions happening. This is like 30 seconds a second as well. Like, I'm pretty much like right here, and it's normally colder than average, and I'm already dead. Like, everyone's gonna die, and you can see the snow layer like retreat fast as the lava spreads, and it just randomly stops. Now, any new impact crater, this is all gonna shift every time there's a new impact crater, because it's gonna act like it's colder, because the impact crater instantly heats up to above this number, like you just saw it there. So this gets shifted more this way. So as we sit here, Earth cools off. It will have gained 0.01 in mass, but it will have lost a lot of people. Like, I doubt, yeah, there's life likelihood again, but it's not gonna last. We speed this up a bit more. Now from that impact, Earth is moving just a small bit. Yeah, what's the speed of it? 32 meters a second. Doesn't Usain run at like 9? It's like 4 times the speed of Usain Bolt. Oh, the water has been completely pushed back. Okay, what if we sped this up a bit more? And it freezes over. Let's actually continue to speed it up and see what happens. And it's pretty much absolute zero at this point. Okay. So let's actually go to, whoops. Let's actually make an Earth, let's go to the solar system. And let's do this within the solar system so Earth doesn't freeze over. Actually, let's replace the Earth. I think I have an absolute zero Earth. That's not what I want to do. Whoops. I didn't want to add the moon to the Earth. Delete that. So let's add, let's replace object, user, Earth 0 Kelvin. This is an absolute zero Earth, and it is annoying me that surface lock is on. Now, what's the speed of this Earth? Okay, so it's not orbiting, so we gotta auto-orbit this. Well, this is not Earth's truest orbit, but it's still an orbit. So we will sit here and watch as Earth heats up from 0 degrees. Now, this can barely even happen in the world, and this is at a point where, wow, Antarctica is actually very pronounced. So 0 degrees Kelvin is also known as absolute zero, the coldest possible temperature ever in the solar system. Well, ever in the universe. There is no degree that can be colder. It is when atoms just stop moving. And if anything goes colder than that, our understanding of physics instantly starts to break down. Same thing with something called the Planck length, the smallest measurement that physics can understand. It is at a point in size where it's really difficult to understand anything smaller than it. Nothing can get smaller than it due to extreme radiation pressure. Now, this is going to cap out at like 70 degrees, minus 70. Actually, no, it's starting to heat up a bit more. So what's happening here is the landmass is starting to thaw over, since I don't understand why the water should thaw first. But that's beyond my pay grade, to be honest. I don't understand why, even though it's like 30 degrees on the water. Oh, it's due to the way the water perceives the temperature. Probably due to ice thickness. Let's actually look at ice thickness real quick. See if we can look at that. Yeah, it's much thicker in the water. So let's just sit here and wait for it to thaw. Let's zoom out all the way so anyone with photosensitive. Here we go. It's starting to thaw a lot more. Let's slow this bad boy down. And let's just do C. Nope. Actually, yeah, surface temperature. So basically, what Earth just experienced is another snowball, which is where it's just covered in snow and ice. And fun fact, when that happens, clouds don't even form because there's no evaporation. Like that's my understanding of it. But like clouds will never ever form when it's a snowball Earth, due to you need uh, sun radiation to heat up the water. Evaporation happens, and when the water is covered with ice, then that's really you can't really get around that, now can we? Let's speed things up a bit and wait for the ice to melt near the poles. It's actually going to take a while for the ice to melt, so let's. And as the ice melts, it's taken us many years for the ice to melt. It's painfully slow. It's like a black void of whole like randomness. I can't speed this up anymore. It's as fast as it can go. Well, I'll switch to evolution whenever this is done. Well, the way we're going to switch to evolution is just by blowing up the sun and having the supernova kill everything. It'll be funny. The ice is starting to shrink away. But because it's near the poles, it's going to shrink away a lot slower. So how we're going to do this is let's give the Earth some help in shrinking the ice away. Let's help the Earth a bit. Oops, wrong thing. Just explode the sun. Perfect. Now the ice should melt. You know, it should. Oh, what have we done here? Whoops, that unfull screens it. Does that? Yeah, it shows up for you guys. What's the button to screenshot? F12? There we go. And it's gone. There we go. We fixed it. Alright. I want. There we go. Full screen, please. Alright. We melted the ice at least. Now, evolution. Evolution. Everyone has, of course, heard um the way the march for human. Why do I still hear the music? If I need to pull out the task manager, and it's crap. There we go. So everyone's heard of the, like, well, anyone that knows evolution has seen like the march of progress from the ape to the human, which that is hilariously not how evolution works. Evolution's basically trial and error by species, and in hopes of getting something very beneficial. Now, of course, there's many different reasons, mostly environmental reasons. Uh, the way this game works is it takes like one single species. I'm trying to center in my screen. As a single species, we're not going to add anything else. You can change the environment, stuff like that. It's boring things. A max population control, no population cap. Let's have it at 5K. We're gonna have a parthenogenetic. It'll develop on its own. We're just gonna have this. So, as soon as we open this, interesting things start to happen. Now, if we look at the map, well, this is the clay diagram, not that. Look at the satellite map. They're on every single island. And I already messed this up. There we go. There we go. And we're right now in the wet season because this indicates wetness, this dry, or cold, this hot, and that tiny sliver underneath indicates dry. So pretty much 4 separate seasons. And I do want to cut off these 2 land masses. So we're going to flood that over. That way these 2, every single island is now separate. This way, these 2 islands, since they're like the biggest, doesn't, like they're probably gonna, I'm trying to force them to evolve differently. We're gonna favor an evolution toward water. We're gonna have it max water fertility. We're gonna have much better water fertility. We're trying to get more aquatic traits. Just the goal. The way this scheme works is it, now this is only a major species, not a dominant one anymore, even though it's the only species in this game. I guess I do have to do something real quick. To increase the efficiency of everything by double. This way now they can expand in population. There we go. I don't want them to go extinct instantly. I would rather them live to some extent. But the biggest problem they're gonna have to contend with is whenever the dry season comes around, they can get, there you go, they're back being dominant species. Now, here's the stats for it, and this game is, can I not change that audio? That is very loud in my ears. I don't know if that's loud for you guys. But as the, oh my god, as the population of these things start to increase, they're gonna start to develop based on their own islands. Like the 4 islands that they're on, this tiny group here is gonna evolve along this entire shelf, and they're gonna expand into local water resources. Since the amphibious, like you can see some of them already trying to go into the water for food and stuff like that. But this is more out of desperation since they've reached their population cap on this island. And now they're starting to die off since the hot season is here and things are, the wet season is fading away. They're losing time to eat for 100. No, I thought that was Celsius. I was about to say that is very hot. Are we sure these things can live? See how many things have died so far. You can see how close they got to extinction, too. Now we're gonna see them, because that's what they look like average-wise. That's what they averaged out to. That's what they look like. And this is all average stats. Jesus, they die fast. So once the dry season is here, this island's already starting to feel the effects of the dry season. Like you can see it becoming more of a desert. The savanna is all that's left that's very useful. And here, this island's starting to take a toll. All the islands are going to take a toll. And in my opinion, I think only these 2 islands remain habitable due to the extreme differences and also because of the mountains. Since this side looks very habitable still, the species can just migrate west here, and the species here can migrate north because there's woodlands that translate into wood. There's woodland to temperate rainforest to tropical rainforest at some point. But once they start going more aquatic, that's when it really hits them. Build a fence, climate control device. They reached the 1K mark in population. Which this is, you can see the history of how many, like based on how many fossils. You can see, like there was barely a population increase between these two, but like here as well, but between these two it went up a bit. Now we have a new species. Where's this species located? Got 3 new ones. I don't know where it's at though. There's no difference in color. Is it like up here? Yeah, I think it is up there. Man, it's whatever. So as the creatures start to try to evolve, they're trying to adapt to the heat and dryness. They're trying to force themselves to consume less. It's just alright enough. But they're going extinct pretty quick after they form up. And you can start to see the effects of the dry season as less fossils are showing up, which you might think is good, but it's actually kind of not in this scenario here, since they want more fossils to show up to show that population has gone up. They're going extinct faster than ever. They're growing scales. They're trying to adapt to the heat. This thing's just hideous. They're also developing limbs. Oh, we see them trying to go into the water too. As the dry season comes in, we see the massive population toll and desperation. So that northern species is now it's a completely own separate thing. That northern island, its own set of species. Problem is, it's probably gonna die out. There's basically two species left. This island will at some point separate completely. I think it just did. Hold on. I think all islands are now separate. Yep, all islands are separate species now. Under the Voyager-X species, but now the cold season is here. This species can forge its own path. Yeah, each of these can. Ooh, this northern species is actually dying out. A successful attempt at first, but it's now dying out at a rapid pace due to the cold, more likely. The inability to get food. That just leaves us with two species, pretty much. Two dominant, and the total number of them went down drastically. It reached 1,000. A sole survivor. That just goes to show you how destructive nature is. Sea ice is starting to form up because of how cold it is. This species is starting to adapt more aquatically too. Trying to find solutions, which they both had massive split offs, so let's see. So the islands evolved in two separate ways. This island pretty much had a clean 50-50 split off, where so this island had a different split off. It's starting to get God damn it, the game crashed. The game's still in beta testing. Well, like experimental testing. We'll try this again, shall we? Let's load from our last autosave. That's OBS. That's actually Discord, not OBS. Whoops. Want to drag this and keep it like here or something. This is before the species split off in the islands, but I kind of expected to divide here since yeah, and now they're back to being a dominant species. These two splitting off is no surprise to me, though. I kind of expected that, but I more or less expected there to be. Oh, is there just an unavoidable crash at this time? I think there's an unavoidable crash here. Yep. All right. Um. Well, I guess that's it then. um. Man, how am I gonna fix that? I just don't want to make a new one. Oh, what's that one game called? All right, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Um, I hope that New World works. I hope it doesn't just crash instantly. It's actually make me very profitable. So let's force select. Actually, let's just make it 10 times more profitable. Hope this game just doesn't crash on me. Wait, rather this. Actually, wait, hang on. Let's force more aquatic fertility so we can get forced mutation for aquaticness. Yeah, let's just raise it one bar higher. There we go. Now it just looks completely separate. I'm gonna go use restroom quick. What's the history like? Oh, sorry. Okay, so this island is its own sea, but it's expanding. It's pretty good. Our species count is going up, but rather slowly. The dry season is here to stay for a bit. I'm gonna try to make the planet Earth. I feel like that'd be a bit difficult. They're major species, but it's like nothing. They can't get above. As this starts to teeter down, it really affects me. From the ONG. It's better. Its population's going up, but this island can only sustain so many due to its very little amounts of green. We're in a complete dry season. Population's going up because of the trees here. And cannibalism. That's probably happens too. Or maybe this is probably where they try to go aquatic. There's no winning here at this point. I can't see like my entire bottom part of the screen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Many species have evolved here. Hang on, let's go into clay diagram, see what happens. So, a massive split off here with this species, and this one's gonna stay on its own for a bit. Massive split off happened though. That's interesting. Oh, it's now teetering on dominance. So what happened that made these two split off from here? Hmm. Now this island is starting to get a larger population. Now, of course, it's only counting for like a fourth. Actually, quarter? Yeah, quarter. A quarter of the entire population. Wow, this species is really taking charge. If one of these is more cannibalistic, though, not cannibalistic, more carnivorous, it might. If this one gets more carnivorous, might spell doom to this species. Well, these two are terrestrial, whereas this is amphibious. There's gotta be some sort of notable difference. I think the skin tone being is very noticeable. Yeah, skin tone is the most noticeable thing. We reached over 1,000 during the cold season, but now, if we look on the map, this species here is starting to spread across its island. And I'm just waiting for the time they get to like this island here and this island here. Maybe even this island up here. That's pretty cool. And back up here, you can see that they're trying. Going to clay diagram, yeah. So, species have had several breakups at this point. This species is broken up into two again. This one's hugely dominant, not never going away at this point. This is straight up our original species. The island split off. This island, once it reaches contact with this island, mixing will occur. And when mixing happens, probably a new total populace on the island just occurred. Completely alright, but it's now spelling out doom here. Yes, we're in the cold season, transitioning to the wet. My game's starting to take a hit from looking at that. Let's pause real quick. Game continues. Oh, there's one species, yeah. One species that's reaching to this island. It's much more aquatic. Let's look at physiology. General, 22 centimeters. Length. Genetics, yeah, whatever. I don't understand it. It is amphibious, so more aquatic. population is going down for some reason. It's like tanking quite a bit. What's happening? Also, is this the original species? Actually, wait, hang on, we can check the diagram. They know, but it's that off branch. So they found evolutionary path better than the original species. And that island is doing something. They found an evolutionary advantage over this species to make it better, which is epic. Yeah, now this is just a major species. It's gonna go extinct. This entire line is gonna go extinct in a bit. Which would be sad. Because now the species are starting to meet up with each other in the water. Hi, Aelin. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. God damn it. What's this update? Lounge and spectator mode released. Okay, I'll just update that then. Yeah, game crash. This game is like not even fully released. It's still in its testing. So it's still got a lot of kinks to work through. But I'll transition real quick. At the end of the stream, yeah, I'm just gonna keep education. Don't feel like changing it right now. See, I can educate you guys. It's with no mods. I have an idea on what I can educate you guys with. Maybe I'm just gonna straight up change it. I know you can't see it. But we will be because why not? We're doing the conquest. I don't dare do the auto resolve thing. Yeah, looks like a good loadout. Because it always favors the AI. Crap, I need to get my crosshair. Where we get? sure he's dead. Alright, this is where we retreat a bit. As they go in for the attack, we get behind and we snipe from behind. Okay, got ammo. Your gun kind of sucks with my strategy. SMG. Grenade. There's two left somewhere. Probably on top of the hill. Up. Target spotted. Well, our man goes conquers that. I go in for the kill. So that was pretty funny and I wanted to do that. You can't tell me not to do that at all. Expect me. Okay. So we can capture the coastline and we can properly defend it. The way road tiles work is it gives your troops 2 movement. 10, 5, and 3. Yeah, that's fair. And to purchase reinforcements, and they're going to go up this northern route. What's going to happen here is they're going to move their troops from Archipelago to this road tile, and then 3 are going to attack me. And we always take the most mobile vehicle we can. Now there are planes and tanks and stuff, but these maps do not accommodate for that yet. And heavy loss of life is expected. Driving first person sucks. Oh god. Oh, the thing shifts. Oh, yeah, I need to go get my crosshair, but after this match. Okay, we captured the cliff. Oh, I'm getting shot from somewhere. Shot from behind. Oh, my... Oh, Jesus. Let's go in and full on assault mode. So that being there kind of screws our team over, but screws them over as well. Let's go AR, well, SMG mode. And I prefer sniping. Sniping's much better in my opinion. I like the range of it. Are we fighting in town now? I'm on my way to capture the harbor for myself. Yeah, that's being shot at. And this is why I prefer sniping. It's getting nice and personal like that. It's really annoying. I do have mods installed for this game, and they're fucking crazy. Adds like new vehicles and up. So the AI hasn't seen me yet. Perfect. Not like my gun makes a lot of bang or anything. I shot it from over here. Whoops. That still worked in my favor. Ooh! Ouch! Jeez, did we lose the bluff as well? Jesus Christ, we still lost this war. Well, we've lost this battle. Now, the troops that we're sending more northward are... Okay. Okay, we got the harbor, which is perfect, but that lighthouse is an issue since it stands as like a high ground. Okay, team, where are you guys? Oh yeah, they're relentlessly assaulting over there, so I'm... Okay, they do respawn here. Okay, my mission. Take the boat. Take the boat. Take the boat. Get out of here. That's their problem now. My mission is to... Oh, I'm getting shot at from behind. Now, their position on that lighthouse is impeccable. We lost a battalion, which is not good. So that means we lost 100 gold, pretty much. I'm swimming up to the beach with lower health. Do you have this they can throw down for me? Get health back. Right, that's good enough. I need to somehow help us catch up with this whole deficit of kills. Okay. I always forget where the land bridge is. There's like an invisible bridge here that for some reason. Yeah, those... Now, most of our loss of life is because we have very few places. So we respawn in... What is it? Jeep? You know Jeeps? Oh shit. Uh-oh. Alright. Use that as my cover. Hurry up and go up. Raise the blue flag. Alright, someone else is here to do it for me. Good. See ya. I'm running. Because now, with our immense help up here, even this type of guerrilla warfare thing, it's still helping us. Okay, we've reached the top of the hill. Now mutiny from the inside. Oh, we've already pretty much captured it. God damn it. Yeah, our only holding is pretty much the lighthouse. We're capturing everywhere else. Well, they've taken the shipyard, but I might have the tables to turn. The turn has tables. The holding in that lighthouse is pretty much a big middle finger to us, which is unfortunate, and now they're capturing Spring again. We need to research like attack boats or something. I'm glad to deploy my parachute, apparently not. They're capturing everything right back. Jesus! Now we're even losing our own town. See, the only place they can't capture effectively is possibly the cliff. Okay, let's go capture town right back. Where are we getting attacked from? Right there. Okay. We're pushing straight back though. We are fighting back. It's just I'm always solo in these endeavors. Oh my god, there's got the bluff again, and they're getting the spring as well. Oh yeah, we're on our last leg. Yep, we've lost you. But we want to inflict as much damage as we can. We want to try to inflict as much damage as we can to where it'd be easier to reconquer. So it's going to be a very difficult job. Captured lighthouse, so that's a plus. Bigger plus than I expected, to be honest. Alright, we actually can still win this. Raven captured the lighthouse right back. Actually can win this, but severe casualties. It's gonna be an issue. red flag. So no Raven is red. Unless they did update to make it black. Alright, here we go. Finally, some more ammo. That is blue. How did I get killed but down like that? One thing I could have been seen. Oh, they have anti-tank equipment too. So they've been able to destroy our vehicles so easily. That makes a tad bit of sense. I do want to go in and we can win this. Like, I know it's 100% doable. Just extreme loss of life on both sides. Normally this is a landslide for me. Apparently you can capture when right here, so I just found this one out. So I'm capturing harbor without being in the harbor area. Makes sense to me. It made sense to game developers. Well, normally they have like a radius of how far away you can be when you capture something, but nah. Alright, just need 44 more kills. How in the world did those two men do that? Oh, wow, you can glitch into the boat. Just learned that. Come on, dude. Really, it's anti-tank equipment, not blow up the, like, much obliterate the other person. Okay, Jeep is coming down this road. So this shouldn't be too hard to kill it. Just two men, one's driving, so he's not even armed. That went worse than expected. But we won this. It's such a costly fight too. Like, look at the casualties we suffered. There we go, finally. Actually, one. Thought we were for sure gonna lose there. That just goes to show me we... Oh, I died. That just goes to show me that we need anti-tank equipment pretty much. It's like these Russian dudes and shit. I don't understand what their name is, but... Damn, that's the big L there. Yeah, send one reinforcement here, so it's better to defend it. We're instantly gonna unlock this. Okay. Let's see. I can afford all of that. Perfect. I would try to take the Twin Islands, but they offer barely anything. There we go. We need to defend coastline again. This will be the final fight for tonight. We've unlocked anti-armor, and perfect timing for us to unlock night vision too. But I don't use the night vision. Sure, I guess I'll take driver. I'm just trying to take that LMG with a machine gun on the back. Ooh, they almost hit us. Bro, don't exhaust all your fuel, like all your... I hear much better weaponry now. Do we even have that? No. They have a much better weapon than us now. Which, they have like a better assault rifle. Just leagues ahead of us. You have the advantage again, though. Better morale at this point. This is our second time defending. They have scopes in there. Oh, he's dead. Okay. That's why the AI didn't chase. Yeah, fuck it, let's recruit these two. That lighthouse is actually going to be some sort of benefit to these guys, because if they haven't developed night vision, it's going to somewhat help. Oh, that smoke screen's a bit annoying. Okay, they're using that smoke to their advantage, so we send a grenade in there to blow them up. Yeah, we have the upper hand this time around. Raven recaptured Lighthouse. Ooh, we're close to taking it then. Lighthouse lies on us. Plan. No, the Ravens. Forgot I equipped it. Oh shit. No, we're not taking that anytime soon. Bluff is soon going to be under attack. Like our main fortress that I know won't be taken is the cliff. We've lost a battalion. We still have 50 more men before our battalion falls. The first one. So we're at least somewhat ahead of our opponents. Damn, that was fast. I was thinking of switching to the AK, but nah. Yeah, they captured the bluff. It's only a matter of time, pretty much. Oh wow, did they successfully capture it? Yeah. It just happened. There was someone over there, but I couldn't see through the smoke. It's my cover, guys. Then my vehicle covered despawned. Yeah, we almost captured it. We got actually pretty close. Not close enough to actually merit a W for us there. Okay, you two are stuck, so I'm hoarding you guys to come with. We just need to make sure that we don't lose too many battalions. So we have culled them 2-1 at this point, pretty much. I was not gonna die to someone that had that happen. Uh-oh. Yep, and I am stuck. Okay. I got stuck. I was trying to make it down. Alright, so we're going AK here. So we proudly own down there. What we're not proud of is this loss. Oh, I had signal DMR. Alright, we're going back to sniping bullets. And girls. We're going up to 2 viewers sometimes, which is shocking to me. Every now and again. Okay, can we call down 90 people? I'm gonna use this as a way to... I'm gonna use this to blow people up. I know I criticized it when the AI did it, but it's now a human doing it, so it makes sense when a human does it. But the AI can stop using its aimbot, that'd be very nice. My AI just sucks. Like, look, they're not even hitting their targets, but when it's against me, it's like, bam, one-shot kill. So lopsided. Ooh, we control everything but there. Ooh. Okay. That gun is just deadly. You guys are aiming way too high. Bluff is gonna get captured though. There's an infantry wave there. Might be the first time where we just dominate everywhere. This is the issue. Alright. Pressing 5, not R. Yep, this is it. This is the final man. Once that drops, there we go. Once that, yeah. We just, it just dominated at the end there. That was much more of a domination. I'm guessing it was because the AI, like with night vision, actually uses it. And modifiers and whatnot with the AI. So we're in crew of 1 for 200 or 2 for 100. So that's a good deal. They had this too. But let's see. So they had this thing. This tearing us to shreds. Let's develop a tank. Or plane. No, tank. And with that, we'll get the attack boat, which will help us here since this is our main issue. Actually, we can push all of our men forward. This is now where this tile will become important because it's our road to here. Defending mountain pass. It's 1 to 2, so this might be well for us. And we develop a tank. We have a tank now. And a signal DMR, which I'm not going to use. This is going to take forever to march through, though. This is a big ass map. I want to do something real quick. There we go. They have planes. Okay. So that's a small problem, but they're only buzzard attack planes, so not any bombers. We don't have any lock-on technology. I can possibly hit one out the sky. I think it's doable. They're close. It's probably more just an AI response and scout out tactics. Because that does give them scout toward our movement. That's another plan, it's not ours. Capture depot, which... There's no tanks in this. I'm just not noticing. Probably should develop the buzzard instead. That's one of our next points. We'll get the buzzard plane. But what if they attack us at shipyard? We need something. Need some sort of boat. We'll coastline that shipyard. Okay, so we're closer to the center than they are, so that means we're going to capture it. See, Zard shooting at us from all the way up there. Oh, I hit the plane. That's something. Those planes are a nuisance, though. But we should secure this victory. If I can hit this, if I can hit a plane once, it's down. It's down now. Yeah, we shouldn't suffer too many casualties, to be honest. Like, I haven't even got a single kill. At center control, we're just marching. Any sort of mobilization is actually very useful right now. Like, look how much more mobile we are. Getting to the battlefront is highly important. Oh, we got flanked. Okay. That's fine. Let's just use the signal DMR for this. Sniping's not really good idea right now. That's the wrong way. That's just the right way. them. If the blank turn around would be nice. Ooh. Ugh. Ah. I seem close. Yeah, I wasn't gonna hit that in a long shot. No. Just watch his head get blown off. So I stick to the gap. You get a very useful weapon, and you just lost it. But we are forcing them to be distracted, though. We're forcing them to focus their efforts on capturing that. Air superiority is not helping one bit, because it's a mountain area. Mountains suck with plains. They may have complete air dominance due to our inability to shoot them down, or fight back with our own non-existent plane. But what we do have over them is ground superiority. We've developed more ground vehicles. I feel like air is more dominant. We can develop anti-tank and got it. Now, we did only clip the tail end, so it's like not fully gotten, but at least it's something. Contributed 4 kills to this entire mission. One of them being a fighter pilot. I was about to go blow him up because he was just directly storming after me. I feel like if we were given more time, we could conquer that one area we've been trying to. Really nothing they could do about it. They were down 4 people at all times. Alright, let's develop a plane. Let's actually develop these two. Now, now we just train soldiers. Archipelago. We have our own plane, we have a boat, but the real kicker's gonna be here. Okay, let's continue to develop more. Because now we can, like, we pretty much have free reign to develop since they're, like, out of science and whatnot. Down the ability to. Alright, Desert Hills is under attack, and we are to defend it. Perfect. We need to develop weapons. I just realized our lack of weaponry. They probably can develop weapons a lot faster than us. Paratroopers. Our worst enemy, pretty much. They called in 2 reinforcements. As they land, so yeah, now, I mean, it doesn't matter that I died. I'll just get respawned. But we have all the points. But we did need to call in reinforcements. That's... Okay, there's someone down over here. There's 2, 3, 4. All 5 of them over here? Okay, let's reload. We hit that. But we didn't need to use a single battalion. Alright, let's develop a bit of weaponry. There we go. Now let's just recruit more men. If we attack Archipelago, we could attack the... That's difficult. Oh, both sides have the Citadel. This is the Raven Citadel. This is the Eagle. Then up here is like the Winterland. I guess the mountain pass between the desert and the winter, and then here is like the rest bordering. And they retreated to their citadel. Ah, yeah. I feel like it's a good capture. Now let's just develop a bit more weaponry. This is very difficult to develop, though. Now we're just gonna auto-resolve this. So I do want to actually play through the Twin Island defense, because with recent advancements, now we're talking. Better sniper rifle for us. revolver. A violinist. I feel like two sets gonna be after me after that. There should be. There we go. Much better. Oh yeah, once you die, because it's skirmish mode, basically have the opportunity to come back. Oh shit, I can't. Okay, we are getting overwhelmed by the amount of people, holy shit. A lot of us, if you can't hear, are snipers. They had chances of putting us out though. They did botch up the attack in coastline like many times over. It's an accomplishment that we actually didn't lose that many men. I expected a lot more deaths this time. Me calling our... Me calling more reinforcement. Oh, they have an attack boat. Uh-oh. Yeah, I kind of expected that. But we are winning. But we can't do anything about the boat. Yeah, because this guy doesn't have anything for it. And they have the APC as well. Yeah, so they still have some sort of technology available to them. They can't do anything. Like, all their men are in vehicles. This is a shock. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We've won. I mean, there's nothing you can do against 30 men. This victory came at the price of many lives, actually. A lot more lives than I would like to admit. I want to unlock everything before we make our march. And our final march, too. I just want everything unlocked so we can. Everything is unlocked, but we just won this. Yeah, that's it. The game's done. We just won the game. Alright, well, that was it for the stream. A very anticlimactic ending, I know. Game kept crashing. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.